자기 힙 속음에 그 자기 유익가 있그 힙
무슨 말을 나오가
때문에
그냥 코린 적 상거든요.
때문에 안양마 샤지스타 현 다다당이 냥마가 로지 샤진
Now we talk about Nyingma history.
름보제가 냥마 랩 잡잡 탑디다디 트위터 정도 장난 그 이제 다시
We concern we have no opportunity here in Nyingma history.
니 당부 샤지도 로지가 정시 당너 똑과 있어도 토마도 똑스리기다디 떡급샤스 그 탑디가 삼는
Because I thought we have anything doubt about the history and the weakness and strength. We reflect on this first and then talk is better. That's what he thought.
니 다른 게 그가 넘버 책 로지 정도 샤지
Still, I'm going to talk a little bit.
그가 냥미 로지 샤디가 다소 나랑 솔라 제탑 쭈블기 항데 제디 냥마 요는데 제탑 쭈블기 항데 디가 다소 라마가 진나 유튜브도 원바티 그나 하락시가 루기 잡는다디 나오 니 제탑 쭈블기 항까지
So when we talking about Nyingma history, Nyingma we have called Jetap Shivluk Jihong, which means like all the lamas realization, attainment, everything transferred to student as like one was to transfer to one was. We want to talk like that way.
그가 스타모인
So therefore easy.
다 보지가 나오탄 그 콩상마도 강당 강인나양 자갈 그 반대달라 콩뜨기 요리
So all of the Tibetan traditions referred to Indian Mahasiddhas.
당상 그 상마가 샤진즈가 상마가 날란디 반대다 콩뜨기들이 샤고크
Nowadays people talking about everything referred to Nalinda, the Panditas.
날란다 콩뜨기도 날란자도 자갈니 타와 전부 니시 군파 딜 호비운당 호군당 또도 정말라 산족 제사도 있는 거 그때 산단들인 데 비요리 돈지
So the Nalinda is the big the monastery universe on India, and there's many ways people have value it highly. So therefore, they're referring Nalinda.
다 자나가 줄진나나 다 날란자 송다디 향이 쉐레 돈자거든 디다디 할리우드 스토리
So even in the Chinese tradition, if say or someone went in Nalinda and study from there, then is become very big recognition.
당산장다오당 파신다샤다오당 또서 당마도 날란다니 거용 말용는데 되지
Tangshanzhang and Fashinten, all those is because they have a bigger recognition because of they went in Nalanda.
그거 보그양 상마 날란다니 용는디다디 도샤게요
So also Tibetans, that's why they say all they went to Nalanda, they are studying Nalanda. They say this because of this recognition.
이나 볼라 원숨 그 날란자금 캄보 자가라 까다가 용칸 딴다 카시 랩탑이요
Jagan Maradiso,
볼라 랩탑이요
so there is a really well-known Nalinda's scholars. A few of them reached to Tibetan land.
다 뺀가 땀방가들 그 가방 캄보 모두 사돈다고 지겠나 랑지 샤스템 그난 그 엄마 랑지 바그 한티 쫀지 자가라 용서 잡고 좀 그바 침보지를 공표표요 날란다금 캄보양데
For instance, like Shantarakshita is the one of the three famous of the master, very well known in India, Nalinda. He also reached to the Tibet.
그 날란다 그 캄보양 이랑원 남칸지
He were his position in Campo and in the Nalinda University for a long time.
디지스니 조지 받는 아다샤양 자가라 용서 잡고 지리 날란디 캄보지
So and in Atisha also very well known in India, and he also reached Tibet.
第几年咱们上这个地很牛的，咱们上级换着这个那样，可给我办的，也能男人就看不也让能看的。
There's called Zama Sargihwar. He's a Tibetan, but he is a long-term and Nalinda Kempo.
他看到我这个呢，不个人这个呢，男人这个比那个从香到的，这个男人这个看不强，但是从看到。
He went to Nalinda since child, young age.
20年，男人这个看不他们搬进小寨写的去。
The last Nalinda's Kempo is Panchi Shachashir.
搬进小寨写的男人这个把多少你今年我在用到的呀，老卡写的有。
So Panchi Shachashir, after destroyed Nalinda Universe, he came back to Tibet and stayed for a while.
三十班的那个给弄的是，那不算啥的。
So even the Satya Pandita, he ordained by this master.
好，等到这个我就能等个空这个等男人这个看不有那面呢，现在你讲搞这个全部这个，觉得我的上年上啊佩服，男人这个多少斤下斤接到啊比最大的等到有那个这个男人这个100人就是空面的我当。大家这个有咱们这个带送的老用老经济在记咱们这个现象的嘛的。
So therefore, Tibetans referring to the Nalinda University is really true. They have true connection with Nalinda. It's not just like a few people say went there and few years study and then say we have some connection. It's not like that. That's well known. The great masters come to Tibet. And transferred the teachings like that.
等到这个波尼呀，那人说了好用今年用看样，没多经验的，但你妈的，没忙过的。
So as same as Tibetans went to Nalinda University to study practice, it's not only a few people. A lot of people went there.
这个把个啊，不拉罗达瓦接待接拉给我的，还去我的。
So the 8th century, known as 128 great translators in Tibet, they all, most of them, they because went to India.
Joji badna de kawa nakzolo tawa jagarlan rodi. Zenda chik de parchir changma de zenda chik boken zenda chik yo. Nalandan boken zenda hobyon chik chik yo.
During the Atisha time, Naktsulo Tawa, he went in India, and that time, even the Nalanda University, one of class is all is Tibetan.
Oh, the India do Pokichi Nalanda Yonga Nalanda Yonga they are the Kong Gang men, Jurassic Song Tam, the Nikura Jindo Tam, the Nato Tijupa in Labia Tanimari.
So therefore, is Tibetans say they are connected with Nalanda. It's not just few people went there like that. They have big connection.
Oh yeah, get a young.
Now I'm talking very brief.
Nyingma the Nalanda New Jitriki.
So now I'm going to talk Nyingma how connected with Nalanda.
Garambuchin, Quanchim board the Sato. Panchim Bomamata, Badangi, the Sotama, Jaran Nalanda.
Guru Rimpoche, Quenchin Bomamata, Bodhisattva, Badangehe. These four all come from Nalanda.
Garambuchi Namtargana Lola, Nalantala, Martaka Shondi, Kavla, Conte, Pip, Tani Martaka Tupa, Do, Tanla Shacha Sankit, the Sunday, and Tarayan, the Shakir.
Rimpoche, his own biography said when Nalanda has a non-Buddhist cross come, and he went there and he performed some magic. And that time his name is Shakshashiri. Shakshasanghe. Oh, his debate behalf of the Nalanda. So that time his name is Shakshasanghe.
상마가 지용 현직인데 같이 하고.
You don't talk the others, maybe, yeah.
아니 과지 반다오 있나 나로 받아는 조지 받아 아테시니까 아제.
Kajupa is Naropa and Ateha is more main connection.
사실 반다오 있나 버바 발라 콘트기요. 버바 뭐마 날란데나요 dim산라 빠른 추정 될 거요. 날란디 반다리.
Satyabaz Burvapa. Burvapa is a translation Tibetan name is Pardon Chushtung in Nalinda.
아니 전능 반다오 지나 뜻진 뒤잡아. 자가라 와리. 날란데 예멍이 호드메시.
The Chonangba is a Tupchin Tijapa. He is a Indian, so he doesn't know he's a
Manju Baja.
yeah.
근데 날린다바 최종이니까 상마도 날린다바 최종래요. 날린다바 최종도 날린다바.
Right. So Nalinda
관심 날린다바 최와당 중화되게.
yo.
날린다바.
Then Nalinda in Bazir.
날린다바 제가 태양대 덕대요.
The second the Tujap and the Nalinda, two of them is obviously from the Nalinda.
다그 샴치 검릭 반다오에나 엄마샹 동바그空中 샴치 검릭인데.
And then according to the Jantong lineage, the Shamchu Gomlukpa, which means the meditative of the meditative lineage from the Maitreya.
때 다 린칭도 지될 거죠. 때락도 그요데. 옛날 말이야.
Ranching Dorji.
뭐야?
Ratnavaja.
란나와제.
Yeah.
란나마드라도 그요데.
Ranavajra is the connection.
란나마드리나 호나 날란다금 키바 고틱 될 거죠. 나가 위치 같이 될 거죠. 오이그 지금 날란다가 스tam비 스톡하는 점 그나 오이나 요나면 나오다.
Ranabata is
란나와제.
Ranavaja is the Goshin Vijay is what
고틱 키바 틱요 날란다.
Nalinda, there's main 6 scholars. So he's one of them.
고리리 라리리요. 고지라지요. 오이나 아니요.
So they have 4 doors and 4 directions, and then middle they have 2.
나로바 샹구종 반대다 연락이 오르와.
So Naropa is the north door.
응이나 관지 병감모드가 때문에는 뭐지 저 양동 벨거요데 요데 양동아空가게 요래. 양동아 초라라 초콩요지리 하팅 요래 때문에. 그래 제 나로바 저거도 못한 거요 말이야. 위지까지는 저도 지금 저 말이다. 이 때문에.
So one time he joke Kaji Kampo. Kaji Kampo said, "Oh, you are parent that Jantong view," and he said yes, and then he said, "Oh, what connection you have the Jantong?" And he said, "I have more connection than you, because your Naropa is only outside doorkeeper, but I'm the Rinchen Takba is the middle of the door."
아니 때문에는 니깔라 윤다나 차버려 말이 나란다고 있나 니깔라 무바요 따바요데 때문에.
So this is just his joke, and is of course he respects us equally, but he just joke.
저희 그 전황 상금 도리는 이기 공도 날렌다바 특다 요리 니 뜻하기 된다.
So therefore, the Chonangba Sutra and Tantra, both lineage is connecting with Nalinda.
저게 gelibbandawo sonji 있나? gelibala 과다 먹살마 될게요.
So Gelugba's the name is called Kagdam Sarma, the new Kagdam.
가담발라 정바당 담가바데 가담바가 아니요 사리.
Kagdamba inside division is Zhongpa and physical.
Damga.
Or damgpa, which means like a more doctrine part and more Peter instruction.
Galing ba gum no go jogda da chenyin jeter tama da ba da mo jongbi lu yin de.
So the Gelugpas, the intellectual study doctrine is the doctrine of the Kardampa.
Ha par dan tajji ba na wo da na wen sa wa nyan ji kana ni lami nan jur dam ngi ji stok da zong ni nyam ni che tang de ha yang kwa da ma dam ngi ba galing yin de pi.
And the practices of the especially with Guru Yoga and Guru connection of these things, they say transmit mostly from the Kardampa, the Peter instruction lineage.
Ha de indi da kong to go jiba da jo jiba da ata shala ting do yo.
So therefore, the lineage is connected with Atisha.
Ka indi pok da na yo ba ge chujin nga da ge kong da thama da na len da ta la ji na pi.
So therefore, all the traditions, the five traditions in Tibetan, they all connected with Nalinda.
Ta ngai ngan ji nyang ma sha jin.
Now I'm going to talk in Nyingma.
Ta ngan ji nyang che tang ge chujin re re la sab che chak chi re ji ni ge sha tang da wo yin.
So in general, I'm going to talk about 11 sections of each tradition.
Tang dum san dun.
So
Ning da gan da ji chong ai.
first is how the name comes.
Ni ba de ji pi tun ji.
The second is who is the pioneerst of the lineage.
Ni tum ta da ngo de ji tun ji lo tsik lo ge ga di tsik ai.
So then the second is the year or when is start.
So je wa da dan sa so.
And then the fourth is the what are the main the monastery locations.
Ni tum ta chujin ten ji ta wa ge da jiddi ge ta wa gang a tik yo.
And then they practice the tantric Vajrayana practice, which school of tantra they connected.
Tik ba de yedam to gang yin.
So the sixth is what the mean Yidam deity.
Dum ba de song ma to gang yin.
The seventh is what is the main Dharma protector.
Je ba de ying cha to gang la tin.
And then the eighth is what the doctrine, main doctrine.
Go de xiang ti da bo se dang se yin.
And then the ninth is who is the more the presenter the doctrines.
Je wa de ta de mo chut.
Presenter doctrine. The 10th is the viewpoints.
Oh, de ta ta rang ta mo da yin na yang lob se ji da di ji ba sha ge.
The viewpoints he can talk more in that time.
Ni chik chik ba de ji bi cha ba ji ba so so ge ji cha chu da wo sun dam de.
So the 11th is what is the differences lineages inside.
Jil tang yin na chujin gang dang gang yin na ge rig ni nga wo dang ta mong ge rig ni nga wo dang ndo ge shok la cha ba chi da ha jang yo ma le.
So in general, the main education and the Sutrayana path, all traditions, no much differences.
Do der go je dang ara dum do ka po nga te la sha ki yo.
And the Sutra means the five doctrines.
Dum ta dang ma ge par chi cha chun jok sa de nga ko nan jok yo le.
The unique part is all traditions, the Vajrayana part practice.
Yedam ge nyam ni dang te su go ni khong to ge ti ma da ba chang do go yo le. Ma to ndar wa la so pa tan ni par chi me wa le.
The main deities, which was main deity, Yidam deity, and then how you practice that part is people have a little bit differences. But the Vinaya part, there is no argument.
Wa dani zolla yang par chi cha par me wa da wo le.
The Abhidharma also, they don't have much differences.
파르징 그거나 따위 거는 적더라 종대 대샤바래 요아래 마토 쪼비 거는 차버 강양 메와레스
So when come to the Abhisamalakara, the Prashna Paramat part, a little bit difference, not a lot.
tani homayang ta nangjin de homala yang tawi gugu jin tam gugona rana so so rum diste jakhan yo re ma to jamba chagala chaper janga chida yo maris
The Majjhimika, they have viewpoints a little bit different interpretations, but mostly similar.
tayin ni dong de ngim do shoga te tari sida lapkmen
So therefore, I'm not going to talk too much about the sutra part this time.
yinang jonang jadi ta dong do shoga malap tamme ji
But when I'm talking to Jonang, I have to talk a little bit sutra part, no choice.
kadine jonang 그 돈 chertang 그 포지 창막음 돈 가송직 랩게 요리데 jonang 그 jan동데 돈 그냥 ngak ji jan동 na der ko yare pipi tong ji ayo ta ni me pa ji ji
So in general, everybody has a union of sutra and tantra, but the Chonapa have much more union and more a kind of inseparable. So that's why he has no choice.
모니 장님 돈 가송직 진간데 티스갑 데라네 jonang chada 요리
It's really who is the union, the sutra and tantra is at that time, it definitely is Jonang.
도가 타 피아 용디 갑라 ngak long dang ngak nyam lin dang ta so go dipsit ma ko jong dan de jonang ri ma to jamba chujin ka yo ma
So when they're talking about the sutra, then you referring to the many tantra path quotations and everything. This is only Jonang, not any other that do that.
na genjin jang ngona sa sia ba go ta da go ta tang lo ta ba go jiren bo chila ga ba ngani khachim chur je de priore
So when Taksang Lotsawa, the Sakya Taksang Lotsawa, he wrote Jerimboche Jit Tsongkhaba. He wrote Ngarvi Kachin Chorjit, which means 18 contradictions.
tela lan gelu bi ma jab yori de genjin jang ja ba go tam tha chemu nang lo la ngari khachim chur je la redi chini phalan jab yori
So many Gelugpas answered these accusations, but especially in Jiangyang Japa, he answered one by one.
tati kabla kar dina tinang go lan ani tam ga ku ngak long kha si tang ni lan tab yori
At that time, he some of answers he referred some Vajrayana quotations.
ni khipa kha ji ga ta lab ge yori sa che chok ng khipa kha ji ga tam do ga to ji di ga ta so ngak lan jab yu de la cha ma ni ni kang shang ma jong ga pha jab yang da wo ji de chak yori we lab ge yori
And then the Sakyapa, some of the Sakyapas saying to Yangjapa, you referring some tantras when we talking about sutra, that means you couldn't find any answer. The sign of the you couldn't find answer.
chertang go dor ngak ka de go ne bo tawala chaper men no jing khan to jonang ba chi ko maris
In general, is the sutra and the tantra same viewpoint is not only Janaba.
yenang do tang jiddi thama da ma reri yinda di pang rig da di koram rig da di ndira jang khan da jonang ra bin da
But all the sutras and all tantras, all referring all together, all of them doing like this like kind of weave is only Janaba.
ngomanga geli ke gepsi ji ka jati song
One time, one of Gelugpa Wevshi questioned him.
ti kabla ngi kinchin tolbu ba ga tan da ga jilla mim dira thak yo ta thak ko di kabla kho nga rechungi don jam so lan ja song rechungi don jam so tum do go ga chi ja go do ne nga kham ga do go ne ku ka ha ko ma du ta la ku du
So one time he teaching the commentary of the Uttara Tantra, and that time the Geshe said, "Oh, I saw mountain doctrine, Prabhupada's mountain doctrine, but is mountain doctrine is sutra or tantra? I confuse it."
Nitan Allah yin lamrim gi chewa je dig ta do tamba tam jang gami to to ba jong lik tam ja dambar ko ni chu chi bo rang ga to jeri gong ba da la se ni pa di da di lamrim ma cha chu je de cha go jo de re chu ngi don jang to la cha tang chang da yo de di ta ge jeri gong ba da la to pi thap da re di ni ko ta la di lab je lan ta yin
That time his answer is, according to the Lamrim, the Tsongkhapa's Lamrim, Tamba Tamchin Garmita Toka, all Buddhism is non-contradiction. And all the doctrines is for Peter's destruction. And there isn't go.
Nipchu chimboranga sandwa.
Nipshit Tamchiranga Sandra. All the afflictions is, how to say, Ranga Sandra.
Spell.
Yes, but despair, self-despair spontaneously. That is you understand perfectly the Dharma. So these Tsongkhapa's 4 definitions is the rich mountain doctrine.
Lamrim gi chewa je ji lami song ge nyang bo lam do tang nga ne ti lamrim ni de ri to ji rim bu ji cha chu en jok yo de ni ti cha chu de re chung gi dun jam to la ta ma ri bi sha pi
So the very unique points of the Tsongkhapa's, these 4 points between both of the Lamrim and Ngagrim, he said this definition is definitely possessed mountain doctrine. I asked him what Geshe say, and he said, "Oh, okay, yes, sir." The Geshe is he always joking. He's a friend.
Yeah.
Therefore, when talking Chonong, he have to mix. Okay, now is Nyingma. Do you understand what is Nyingma?
Ancient.
Ancient.
Old.
Anardi. Oh yeah, Anardi. Anardi to conchim bo sagare
Antique is expensive.
Precious.
Oh, Nyingma tang ta chim bo yo.
Nyingma is similar.
Nyingma la ma che chu nganjer lab ge yo de. Njer ngama.
Many of them they say ancient translation.
So the
great secret Nyingma. Some of them say Dzogchen, the great perfection. The luminosity of the indestructible doctrine.
Kono to nyamni dam de yong kan kavre sani dam de yong kan ta ge kavre na ta da ge dam ba de dam de yong kan ta na ji de indus.
So in general Tibetans make name is sometimes related with location, sometimes related with themselves, their practices, like that. As same as the Chinese tradition and Japanese tradition. This is in general in Buddhism. So the sutra part, there is no such thing ancient and recent.
당 mrewa yang parche chi nganjir kam ni gno jerya yo re ta go shi sa yang tan chen ni je jo tarang re ta gam do go shogla sar nyang da yo she gam du.
So why we don't have deviations, a new translation and old sutra? Because already translated ancient time, and they continue just study this.
ta go na to ko la nyang de yin de go cha bre che go yo ba ta go ko la nyang ma rang ge yang sang chi nyang ma ba di da di nam jin ko rang so go khani la ba ya tang yi gi mre ya la tem de ya la gyo du.
So Nyingma Bas always like to say Sangchin Nyingma, which means the great secret Nyingma. They would like to refer that way.
ko rang so da lam na di de gyo yo re.
If you say that way, the Nyingma Bas like it.
Ti tonda ga re di na ngana som do la cha pa ne la.
Why? Because they're saying sutra part we have no differences.
Tani jipa ga turjin ga ni wa de jipa turjin.
So the second is who is the pioneers of the lineage.
Jipa turjin ga nam ja cha ya to ti ka li kha po de.
So this is part is a little bit difficult,
Te Nyingma la ka ngan du ya ma to ka ngan du.
especially in Nyingma difficult. The others not that hard.
Ka di na Nyingma ga tam bi turjin la gar ram che rang njo ko.
So in Nyingma the pioneers only put Pamasambhava.
Ta lo che ga ni na lo la je ra di te bi wa de. Te ngon ta da chang ma ga Nyama ga tam bi turjin se di gar ram che da ya ma to ja ba ka yo ma.
Only reason the 10 years they have a little changes, but before that everybody refers only Pamasambhava.
Lo jendi na gandi ji hyongwa re dina khashi shirje ge jimjig ba ge sikjin dang tani wo ge yang phiba khashi ge rolang dang ti go ni sikjin di te bi wa.
In recent 10 years they have changed a little bit because of the some of the Western researchers and some Tibetans meetings discussions.
Kare lamna ngaram bo che jagar ge band ta ji re de ngaram bo che ta ba nyang nyama chi bo ma re de ko nyama chi bu da bo ja ya mandu ta ke wa.
So what the recently discussion is why you the Guru Rinpoche, the Pamasambhava is Indian master, and all Tibetans have a respect and Guru Rinpoche. So why this is you cannot Nyingma but only possessed. That discussion comes.
Tanda ge jimsal la ke ni tanda ge chi su chong ga thang kan da wo tanda ge nang lo la ngaram bo chi pha jar ge tup tup da su nang la pha je bo ge chu ge turji da kha chi ge me ro jong go ge de kha chi ge chu je song tang ga bo jong go ge de kha chi ge chong de ten jong go ge de ta ta ya te la turji ge gang la di to ba chong ni da du da.
So nowadays they put in Guru Rinpoche put in the category of the Indian masters, and then say, oh, who is a Tibetan? They arguing maybe Merozana, maybe Tongtsen Gambo, Chitong Debsan, and arguing and not settled. Not
It's not
settled
settled yet.
Not settled.
Yeah.
Tagare de go na bogi churjing go turji de ya de chujin jamba thangma go bogi churjing go turji to korang so bog sani go mo da de ta ga jing jo je da cha da yo bi jim sang ge sai.
So when we say Tibetan, this pioneerist, and always have to be the local person. So probably that, perhaps of that.
Jar mo che ngaram bo che jagal ke band bre Nyingma ti bu ma len ta on de tan re song yo le.
So even His Holiness sometimes say, Guru Rinpoche is the Indian master, is not belong to only Nyingma.
De ma da wo de re.
It seems it's true.
Te yin di da do ta ngaram so na ge lik sun da wo ngoma ge lik so yin ngaram bo che rang an jo je de.
So if we, according to Token Ancient, then Nyingma's the pioneers is Pamasambhava.
ngoma kare jugum tambi turun jim kanlu chosam der be yor.
Before they talk about three panias, kind of chusam. Three.
Kambo bod satori.
Kambo Bodhisattva, Shantarachita.
Chuje chitong dik tande.
Chujitratong, there's the king of the Tibetan.
Ningger rambuchi de.
And then Guru Boji the Pamasambhava.
Ta nani ni de jagar ke pandu ke nanga phav jab yak dik tando chitong dik tanchi bola da.
Then two categories on Indian master, then only the king Chitong Dipsan.
Nyama ma che shu ngar rambuchi la jimba sik chimbo yo dik tando tapto chorong so go tambi turun ji mare dik tando ti lu phang ma tham ni da yor.
So Nyingma have very great attachment with Pamasambhava. So that's why they say, this is not your panias, then they don't know what to do.
Jamba je ke kham no.
Seems like somebody took away.
Kashi ke choga jangam chosong da wo kaji jima jangam chosong dik tando simter chong de wa ta da wo chi chong ge yo.
Somebody's wife taken away or somebody's husband taken away is similar like that.
Yuna ya tang sang lab tang de ge no ji jim sam me ba ta ni ma de.
But what they're saying is very reasonable.
Gren bo chi po ba ge ge ji la ma chang dai yo de.
So Guru Rinpoche is a Lama for everybody or every Tibetan.
Da tamong ma yim ba tam ta rang ge te ma yim ba ge sam ba jing jo go dik ta do ta chutong de ten jo ya ma to ta ma du.
If you have to put somebody else, then there's no other than Chusong Dipsan.
Da ge sam ba to chun ji ge lo chi ge si ta tam ba chun ji bi lo chi de le lo chi de la yang Nyingma de pe Nyingba de Nyingba yim dik ta zo lo chi Nyingba den jo ya de ta lo ji kang ga na yin na pi ka na pi yo de.
So when we're talking about the term, I mean, it's difficult in Nyingma again because it's old, it's too old. So every old one's specific date is difficult.
Ha? Boy ke ande jagar ke dorji to so pola thoma jerju te la ta na ge Nyingma ge wo chi gwa zum kan ji ge dang dan da gen din ji di zing ni de ni ren de ya de dang ni du li su ni dang du.
How we recognize the start of Tibetan Buddhism is there's a different way of think. One is how started the Dharma in Tibet, or not only just Dharma, but how started the Vinaya in Tibet.
Tangbo da wo yin se ge po ge yi ge thoma zum kan thoma sambo ta ge shan ji se kem dor ji ne sti jin ni tirap dum bi kam ni ge no chong ge wa de.
So the first one is, if you according to the first, and then is one of the Avalokiteshvara's Sutra 21 they have translated. That is happened in 7th century.
Ni ba de tirap jabi kabla ngarang so sami ting. Sami ting ni samma modela so ba rap to shung gendin ji de ting ni tani stali wa tirap jabi kabla.
Yeah, the second one is only count from the Sami, the temple is already built, and then later on they made the Sangha and ordained the people at that time.
Ta sami digni lo da la lo jingni ta na ge chabar yo le ta ni lo ta ni ma ta yi lo ngam jong de yo ti la yang chaban da wo ti shong ge yo de. Yin na da la luxur kang yin na yang chabar chimbo yong ge ma de. Da lo je dang le ge chabar de ma to si ta yong ma.
So this date also they have people have disagreements, but not too far away, only just 10 years differences.
Ate lo chi de lo ji nyang ba ge lo chi jo de ge ta do ja po da zam lang da chi ba rin do ge lo chi nyang ba de pe tan kher ma tha ba da da ka ma bo yo de.
So this is very in general in the world. The old dates, people have no specific, difficult to identify.
Ana sang ji ge thong lo ka so di chona so ka je ti na 저런 슬랑카나 되거리.
So, for instance, if we say, when is Buddha born? If I ask everybody, how you answer? It's difficult for everyone.
니동갑자 탕마가 랍고 요리. 니텐 데빌릭소 데스.
So, everybody know saying is 25,000, but this is only for Niftan.
홀지파 그리.
Niftan Devil, Theravada tradition.
제땅에서 그 상지근 뒤로 팔질 납질하지요.
Dilomada.
먼저 납질하지요.
Also, if you the disagreement of the Buddha's date is about 50 differences.
그러나 그 빼면서 맹가모리.
Because it's too long time ago, so hard to identify.
전남진 그 예시리 뒤로라 참마 소바메 적적게 요데 예신 뒤로 피서 단케로 종아리만 다무 내가 소바메 받아 단니 말이 그런 그 가르디나 나나 좀 바꾸이 정리 그런 그 익차성 성쓸 때랑 또 같이 침보리.
So maybe some of think the Christian the crisis date is not agreed, but this is only agreed later on. They set up with purpose, but long time ago they have many arguments. They have the Babur have arguments. Same as everyone have this trouble. So the fourth is I'm taking you the main monastery locations.
Nyingma ga dansa zu de samide.
So Nyingma was the main, the most main is Sami temple.
Nyingma the Sami Nyingma zam mai ba go pog gomba thongma.
So it's not only Nyingma but the first monastery in Tibet.
Hakang thongma ma de. Hakang thongma ngoma ni mangbo yo.
It's not the first temple. There many other temples before, but the first monastery.
만약 또 gomba ngun든 da kanda je yondena gendem bi di yong kanjiga ngun든 거 yo.
So monastery means have sangha inside.
다른 팀에서 gomba 그 체신라 다 장당nhập jala so go 그 체신 답에 망보 je yo da 또 다 gendem 게 되라 ngun든.
So other conditions, like 500 faxes away from the village and so forth, but the most important is the sangha in it. And then next is the Tamduk monastery. Tamduk.
단득이 항한다고 옛날에 뒤를 덤비까블라 양조리 옛날 지스 겐는 비디 당도 트가드 뒤를 잡히까.
So Tamduk, the temple is existed in 7th century, but the monastic become monastery is 8th century.
아니 닝마라 gond이 침부 달로 섬자가 응원다고 지겠나? 달로 섬자가 응원한다 제가 냥마 그 gond이 침부 지그 뜨는다도.
So more than 300 years ago, Nyingma has big main monastery, 6 big monasteries.
의상 쪽락섬 감쪽락섬도.
3 is in Wursang region and 3 in Kham region.
의상 쪽락 dorjitak mandruling paragombasamdari.
Wursang is Dorjetak, Mantrolang, and Paragomba.
Pari.
Par.
Pari dina tambotri shira ozde tan jingmin langba ga dansa.
Chambot is Sherab Ozer and Jingme Langba,
jingmin ba.
and he's dancer, his monastery.
그런 그 콩다고 야때 뒤송나다 냥마 곰바 닝바 티. 닝바.
If you search more, refer is more earlier, and then it's very early. They believe they have a 900 years history. Kham region, you have Pale and Kathok and Dzogchen. These three monasteries.
이난그 녀딘들이나 자원 적선 비감니 빠른 냠송 말이야.
During the 13th Dalai Lama time, Para is disappeared.
저는 그 말씀 저도 총.
Same as happened Jonang Monastery.
tani dana 그 칼라 nomba 지gam니 감촉니 이칭 공부다 야 해비요.
Then later on, the Jichin monastery income you can count as big.
Such a, yeah.
Jichin.
미들라라 비요데 냐미 땅상 랍지 그 군디 친구 찍될 거죠. 대라 로지아 그 낭로라 쇼마리 마또 다 로지아 그 낭로라 티밍도 쇼마리 마또 뭐마 디 이지치요 말이.
Nowadays we talking. Nowadays Nyingma say 6 main monasteries. That is only talking in within 100 years. And before that, they don't have Jichin. Jichin is not included.
시드니 이지친네 배 키바만 보청도.
Jichin, Jichin
말을 시친마 이지친. 이지친아
Jichin Jatsabjambo.
이지친 람점 이지친 제탑라서 배 키바만 보청도. 배인디다도 냥마가 단사치 다도 이차.
Because of Jichin Ramjam and Jichin Jatsab and great lamas, roses from that monastery, so then becomes very important.
알로지랑 디 나로라 냥미야 단사 뜻당 호블랑 아니데 지네 랍도.
Nowadays in Nyingma are talking about 6 main monasteries and 2 big study
Schedule.
locations. I don't know how to say.
Universities.
Yeah, it kind of university. Yeah, institute. Yes, institute maybe is good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 다 벤나 라롱 치기디.
One is the Larong.
치기디 야친데.
One is the Yachin.
야친가.
Yes,
오 다다니 갈라 타와 쳐라 요리.
The second was
Yachin.
Yachin.
타와 아니 디미 상마 domni가 쳐서 쓰게 요리.
So they both of them more than 10,000 monks and nuns.
다 곰바리리 글로지 쳇땅가 라바 yen다나 옛나 양다 티토가왕 그 대담지 지니비야죠.
So his plan is going to talk each monasteries but history, but we don't have time, so he live here.
자가 나와도 단다가 싸위 지디금 정통.
So the fifth is what the root of the Tantriana school.
현재 사금 지디데 닝말란다오이나 돌지 샘스 데피요.
So what is the root the Tantriana? The Nyingma language economy dor jit semsum.
노디나 노 공반디 바데 지디요레 상지 탐치지 공바식 된디 인디데 용칸 같은다기 지지요레 텔라 펜님 도 초친디 바도 총요.
Do is do Gompa Dipa. The Gompa Dipa is one of Tantra, and so is all Buddha's viewpoints all together. That kind of sutra. It's not Do. It's a name is like sutra. Do means like sutra, but it's not sutra. It's a Tantra.
아리 tani jitu sawanyangbola kogiore sawanyangboto dorji senwa jimchitawa kogiore dorji senwa jizire.
So Jit is Jit Sawanyangpo. Jit Sawanyangpo. Sawanyang short name. So Sawanyangpo is one of the Tantra of Vajrasarva.
어디 샘들 거jo도 세상그 샘쪽 조바 침보라 그요래 독친디.
Sem means the Dzogpa Chenpo, Dzogchen. Semchuk Dzogpa Chenpo, the great mind of the Dzogpa Chenpo.
샘데 저땅그 타와도 샘데롱데 망거데 선 참마라 샘쪽라 비요살이 샘쪽 샘 semsoor 비쇼.
Okay. same day long day ga zoching nang rem
Really?
this same day long day mangak de these three parts and zoching. So all of them is you can call refer the same day. Same day, yeah. Same chok, sorry, same chok.
Nyingma korang gelap serla ta ada zokba chenpo lap jana pina sem chokong se zokba changda yo.
According to Nyingma's language, you can say ata zokpa chemo, then is include everything.
Ay. Hatikba de yidam de pyapi.
So then the sixth we talk about the main deity.
Just, it was Do Git Sem.
Yes,
Do Git Sem. Okay.
yes. Some means just three.
The three
Yeah.
Dzogchen.
Yidam to the da Nyingma land aywa ni de pyapi yo. Jiddi dang dribdi ni. Jiddi de ko jo de jik shapa dang to so jing khala jiddi de. Manga ta sa nyam se lim khala dribdi de yo. Jiddi dang dribdi ni de pyapi.
Nyingma, according to Nyingma, you make two categories. One is Jidde and Dribdi. Jidde means more explanation part, and the Dribdi is more practice in like the instruction part.
Niki chiba de da niga ge yidam so do ji semba.
They both main deity is Vajasarva.
Dribdi ge kawla driba kap jet di da yidam jeda ba iwa jinjo ge da yana do ji san wi ka song de nam ji tam tu ma to ji do ji san wa na.
So the Driba, the Pita instruction practice that Driba Karget, you make 8 divisions, but they all is aspects of Vajasarva.
Da Nyingma ge ling so la. Do ji san wa de ni si chin nu gel sang ma ge tu ji dang chen le. Ka song de yo dem chin li tam ja chi ten di ba ji ga nyum dam.
According to Nyingma, das Vajasarva is the inseparable of the 8 bodhisattvas.
Dorji san wa de zhu dang de yu xi bu di de di tsara di na sama dorji san wa lo de wa na. Ha aywa chi na sama dorji san wa nam jir cha da wa na. Ta da chi ga do ki.
So if you rise, then is all come from Vajasarva, and then you
Gather back.
or gather
Work
back,
itself
yes,
back.
gather back, and then is only Vajasarva singer.
Ta ge Nyingma ge yidam dorji san ba ri la bya na da ga ma ri ko ka yo ma.
So therefore, if you say Nyingma's the main deity is Vajasarva, then it's okay, everything fine.
Chi gi na chona
Correct.
to ba je lo na ko ma.
Maybe the Chonapa can argue possible.
Chona lang ge ti jin ko lo am tar ti ga dorji san ba ma nang ji ko ma to ko yo re. Yang dorji san mi ko ma ra kan do.
So, and with Chonapa, Kalachakra also refers to more Vajasarva neutral. Neutral, mana,
Ni se mi ba di ba.
mana. Inseparable. Inseparability of the Vajasarva.
Ta te mo te ya nga na to nga ji di ka dang ka yin na par ti na dorji san wa technology ge ren.
So he thinks that all these Tantrayana deities, when you refer to, becomes Vajasarva.
Oh, that. Ta ni ya Nyingma ge aywa che tang chi la. Sa wa sam de da di ta na ge aywa di che ke.
Another categories Nyingma make is called 3 roots.
Sa wa sam de ju chu jiang shan ba ge yang la gen du de na so na wo de nyang mi da na ge chi de na Nyingma ge sa wa sam gen do pa de ge pa ji da ni do ya de de.
So these 3 roots or other traditions also they no disagreement, but more Nyingma have emphasized on this.
Ta la Nyingma ge lama gong di yidam kap jet kan run chu ma di da di ta dai. Kwar gong prasam ya la pi, kwar gong phak sam ya la pi. Lama Gondi,
Lama Gondi,
Gombandipa.
Lama Gondi, Gomba Dipa, Yantum Hadra, Gomba Dipa, Lama, that's they call Lama. This is Yidam deity.
Yidam Gabjet,
Yidam Kajet, Tam Kajet Chamurim. The 8 divisions before they refer more Yidam. And Kando,
Kandon Tuma,
Kandon Tuma. Tuma,
Doji Pamo, Namo,
the Vaja, what do you call Rahula?
Yogini.
Raja Yogini.
No, Yogini, that's Maro. Varahi.
How done it? Tanachi. Saying because Lama Yetam Kando something.
Kando, Dakini is that one, Rahu, Vajarahi. Yeah.
Yamarang Shetrula. Lama did that. You can let the Lama like name Yongo.
So the Nyingma say, all the blessings, the root of is the Lama.
Mudup Jitawa Yidam did that. Mudup Tavala Yidam Jiketang. Naram like any Shongo.
So if you need CDs, then you have to go with the Yidam practices.
Chenli Chitawam Kando Songo. Jaratam Chenli Gangjang Gandang Gangsin Kandu Nivala Penny Shongo.
So if you have any success of the activities, then you have to rely on with the Dakinis.
Kando Limira, they go not a Jiti Tama Gomba Jirimato, Yamakibu Shatanti Mare.
The Dakinis is important one activities. Is not only Nyingma but all tantras go this way.
Nyingma the chip Tonia, don't know Jimmy Lavium, Chenli Chitawam Kando.
Yeah. Nyingma but more emphasize.
But
all agree.
Happening Jabat Yinchato.
So the 8th is what is the main text refer, main doctrines.
Tang Yichat Yidam Gangin, Di Chato.
So the text is whatever the Yidam deity. You mean that is the text, main text.
Yidam de Chezo Tang, the Jidi de Neva Tela,
So the two generation, the two stage practices and everything that you refer there. Huh?
Did he say the protectors already?
No.
Yidam
No.
We're still in 6.
What?
Japa Yicha.
8.
So we skipped 7.
Yes.
Oh, so Mari 7 Labmendu, yeah. Tomari.
Yes. Okay. Yes, the 7th protector. Yes, he forgot.
Nyamaga Mamgun Garsam Dang, Mother Town some Lapio.
Did you not see it?
Mambo Chidi. So, you Chetani that do. Show me Mamgun Garsam that do. Mamo Dang, Gombo Dang, Tamjen.
So there's 2 ways to send. Both have 3 each. So one is Mamo, Tamchenda, Mamgun Tausan.
Gombo,
Mamo, Gombo, Tamchin. These 3. The other one?
Jamba Sigala, Mother Town.
The other one called Marza Townsend. Mamo, Za Rahula, Tamchin. Mamu tela jetak nam chir mambo jio kada so the igata tang padang harmonia kade. So Mamo have many different divisions, but mainly Padang Hamo and Ikatzat.
Padang Hamo namjin dawi na yang jendang manda ba yodi ma to tonji ta yang tan mamu Padang Hamo changma sing dawi.
So Padang Hamo have many aspects, but the refer is just Padang Hamo.
Kade na nyama ge jidrang na la mamo sepi pim de jinda otang. Changzo khormi jid de jinda otang. Jid khorang la the khong da ge jid sama yori.
Okay. So in Nyingma's own tradition, they have everything referred on their tantra.
절단 그 송마 망체중 정사도 닝마랑린도.
So all of the Tibetans, the protectors first come from Nyingma.
닝마 그 가르잖아. 닝마 그 나라 송마 그 짓망모도.
So the Nyingma's texts have many texts for the protectors.
니들라고요. 인다면 마시 나랑 그 역시 담당 나랑 그 무금 통화대 라비요. 그 남진 팀바 그 송마 자치 급지 담바도 냐진리 총아래 라비요.
So he cannot guarantee, but as far as he think is 90% of the Tibetan protectors first come from Nyingma.
어야. 아니 잡아도 이차래.
The 8 is the text.
그럼 도지 상품 그 베르나 도 점치자완다고 지기나 자갈 그 반데 dim 잡아당 보그 반데 보금 키바도 좀 잡아 빼망보도.
And the 3 texts, Mdorjit, Samsum, Mdo, have inside many of Indian texts and many Tibetan texts.
제당금 도근 레와라 납친 상지에 지금 잡아금 돈을 문비고 차도 소인 거는라고 그래.
So Nipchin Sangji, he's make commentary. Mambikocha. This is meant to be the main text.
그 점치자완다고 있나 자갈금 잡아당 양포금 잡아 빼망보도.
So Jimtrita also have many Indian texts and Tibetan texts.
Garambuchi, Bamala Sanji Sawa, Gapiadorji, Las Honda Pandu.
Garambochi, Sanji Sawa, Bamamatra, Sanji Sawa. Or many written by this many.
Tani Puni na Tangma so the Kinchin Long Namni Gumdapatela, Ajin Yoyori.
So in Tibetans, they mostly refer to Ronglong Namni, which means Ronzom Pandita and Alongchin Ramjam.
Northern Bandita, Comchong Dana, Alongchin Ramjam, the sound of Shokiman.
Longchin Baz, Sandu Shokiman Ser, and Ronzom Baz, Comchok Comchok.
Nanita Jachiva Tambada, Longchimbagam, Dun,
So the mostly detail is the Longchin Baz, the 7 treasures.
And the Tangsanga Tinda watching that Mapambo family low jazz, Mungopi or Mari, Mapamgo young, Shendani young, Tamaga Sachi Boti, Yamaga Chatang, the picture on the do.
So nowadays, the most people emphasize on Mapam. So Mapam is only 100 years, within 100 years come, but his text, Nyingma was using for the intellectual study, and the practice, everybody using his text.
So
the Kharti Dabo. Tamushi Turnjik Kharti Dabo, and the Turnjit Maro Yikchi the Hora. So the ninth, he talking about the who's the main text written. It seems like Chitong Dipsen is the first text written author. Should be because he has Kayantak Bitsama written. He is even very scholar on and Abhisamankara and so forth. Then later on, the Ronzom Pandita and Longchenpa and Mapam is more the main authors. So if we refer to an ancient, then is a Sozar Nusum. Sozar Nusum character.
딱 냥마 그 땅무 담바 아냐라 바베 비요.
First one is Nyak
냥 자나 까마라.
Nyak Jana Kamara.
냥 자나 까마라 비요.
Right.
그런 로타 봐야 돼. 반트다야.
He is a great translator. He is Pantida.
아, 또마다 그 상가 같은 침보야 돼.
He is Mahasiddhi.
아, 그런 뭐지 자만형이 나타내야 돼.
He is the father of the disciples of the Pamasambhava.
어, 코단다 그 가보 땅복전도.
He is the first
담바
specialist, the holder of the Nyingma tradition.
근데 파르타 안 블라바 비요.
The second is Anap Sanji Hira.
그래 납친 상지.
Anapchin Sanji Yeshi.
납친 상지에 시랑 그런 뭐지 이제 전담 지금 그런 뭐지 배디가블라 로총총인 차례. 아, 그 시선이 다 공간 그런 뭐지 홈마다 소라 때니 그런 거 로브종 지도가 또 통한다.
So he is only seen Guru Rinpoche later, but later on he disciple of Guru Rinpoche's students, and then he become Mahasiddha.
거기로 지다가 그 동홍이 책에 나나 비는 거요.
His story even in Dongfeng text, which means that there's very ancient text on the Cape, found from the Cape. So this is there also his story.
나저 그 담바 타마 zirla 바베 비요. zir기나 첨상지 그 명.
So finally they arrived in Zir. Zir is a family name.
zirchin shakjam jongni ta zirchong shirap chapa ta sori.
Zirchin Hikyam Joni, Zirchong Shiraptafa. It's like the older one, the younger one.
아그 상지지 담바도 알랑다마 그 의상 쇼니 늪니. 노감 쇼라 따진도 이깝다리. 디깝라 피스 상지 담바 하량 따디 깝라 의상 그 나마요 상섬다 의상 그 먹지라 소바니 담바다리요. 디깝라 단다고 라친 공바라 없어야 거죠. 라친 공바라 없어야 당 단다 그 zirchong shirap chapa zirchin shakjam jongni timnyamde. Zirchin 공바라 없어.
So at first Langtarma destroyed the Buddhism, and later on, later 100 years later, the new rises again the Buddhism. That time the Zirchong stay alive. So that time Lachin Gompa is the first ordained monk later. So that time still the younger brother, I think, alive.
Oh, that Nyingma 그 되게 당부 담바 냠비니 갑텔라 망체슈도 ngak바당 침직 그 상디 그 담바도 종리용요. 침창 그 머짓.
Right. First, Nyingma, how the Buddhism is more like more families, like a lay person. They hold the Buddhism and transfer it.
Okay. 그 다나 울상쇼라 담바 냠도 디까블라 라병 담바 냠바레 마토 그 담바 냠이요 마레 단달람 그냥 요.
So when we say destroyed Buddhism in central Tibet, that time many people believe only Vinaya part is destroyed, but it's not destroyed Vajrayana.
그래디나 찍니 안데 침박의 모색도 보여 말이.
Firstly, because householders, the Dharma is not visible.
다치 거요 말이. 그 관도 남진 멋지마도 소당 실과 남진라 차버리요 말.
So they don't have robes and they don't have external edifications.
보기절 보고 춤이 바통야 그 싸위양 먹인다고 대양 자신의 식도 까르디나 다마 자고야다고 당 리칼리 고야다고 라평 리칼리 메쳐다고 단다 제컵 고도다가 거기 추르미 바당 인사
The Tibetan king, the Langtarama, his purpose of to destroy also is because the ordinary people no work, they have to feed and so forth. That's why the lay people can serve all his purpose, work and do army or whatever. So that's why.
그 마당다고 지나 라평 식진 침못 해비오사래 라평 마당 용도도 식진 침못 해비오사
Also, the Tibetan the population huge impact with the ordained monks.
보담부디가 그다 아마마 그 마당다고 당 지스조지 파든 아티샤 페비가도 외상 그 마당다고 당 더소라 짐직제지나 시스 라평 마다니 꼭 마당도 녀녀 도요사
So if we researched that Tibetan early kings, the population, and later on during Atisha's time, definitely that Tibetan population much reduced because too many ordained people.
그나마 그 소부 왕식당 소부 아마 것도 없이 냐면 대양 라평 반망다니 딱 냐면 정말이야 막자가 그 삼도 거랑 떨어져요.
Also later on people believe that why Mongolian lose power because they have too many ordained people, so that's why they have the army power reduced. This is the truth. This is the truth.
그러나 시속란다고 있나 시속아 지그 섬지 따장라 겐덤비디 파진 범니 용거요 아마문범니요
남지고
지그 섬지 따장
the the 20th century the Mongolia had 300,000 monks, and soldiers never reached that number. Only 60,000, close to 60,000 soldiers. So that time they want to collect army, and then very little number reduced.
The
outside, how many soldiers inside and the outside come in is a different number. Outside, they're saying we have we have 300,000 soldiers like that, but inside they don't have it. That's only just showing off. Because if you calculation with the whole population of the Mongolian, it's not possible to have 300,000 soldiers. So both Tibetan and Mongolia have too many ordained people, so that reduces the army power, and this attitude is changes. So now the viewpoints we talk in the evening. What time?
It is 2 o'clock.
Oh, no, he talk about the 11th. Start of Shanti. If he not talk this specialist, then he not satisfied. He cannot sell it tonight. Okay, so he's joking. We can talk tonight. Oh,